Mm. Oh, great. Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is your host, Jesse Jeezy, whatever you want to call me. This is Up Next Podcast, and we have our reoccurring guest, Miss Natty. Go ahead
Hey,
and say hi to the audience. And say hello to the audience again, and
hello,
reintroduce yourself.
everybody. My name is Naty. Nice to see you all again. Well, technically not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, for those that listened to the last one, I started uploading on YouTube, and Miss Natty had some great stories. We all had great stories, so we had the whole ensemble cast with us. Frank and Danny, you and me, and unfortunately now it's two of us, but we are planning on hopefully getting everyone back involved. So, but in the meantime, this is us. This is our podcast, and yeah, we're making it work with our busy schedules. So.
Yes.
Yeah, what's going on? What's new?
Hi, let's see what's new. I feel
I know
like
it's a loaded
honest,
question.
yeah, I feel like for that, honestly, there isn't much new to me right now. I think the newness for me is just like going into a new journey of my life. Like I feel like this is my
Yeah,
third, like kind of like phase. So
I like it.
yeah, so I'm embracing this part, because I feel like this is the chapter where it's
Mm,
about me. So like
good job.
it's about me focusing on myself. I know this sounds so cliche and probably what you hear a lot.
Which, no, shout out to you just doing those. You did like a little marathon recently, right?
Oh, not a marathon. It was
Just a
well,
walkathon,
it was like a little like yeah, it was like a runathon. Yeah, yeah. So
runathon, walkathon.
it was a like a relay race type of marathon.
Okay,
So it was a 15K and it was for Run
that's
Against
awesome.
Ice. Yeah, but I didn't do all the 15K, so I'm not gonna try to take credit for that. But I did seven
I
and
would
a
have
half.
believed you.
I did seven and a half, which was way more than I've ever done because I just started running, so I've been doing like
Yeah,
5K.
which it's not easy, Like it takes a little dedication, and you just have to just push yourself.
Mind over matter for sure. And it's really being patient with yourself. Oh, by the way,
Mhm.
cheers.
Cheers, audience.
What are you drinking, Jesse?
My whiskey and water and the
Mm,
rocks, my ice already melted. So we were already chatting before the
yeah,
podcast,
nice.
for a good couple minutes, and I was already drinking before that. So cheers.
Nice.
What are you drinking?
So my glass looks a little weird and stuff, but I made a cucumber lemonade and it's with champagne. So this is my spin on mimosas. So I don't really
It
like the
sounds
traditional
delicious.
OJ. I still get the citrusy in here and it's almost like juicing.
Okay. You have the cucumber in there, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
So I blended the cucumber. So it's kind of like what we used to do the cucumber lemonade michaawas. It's similar to that. So yeah, but I added champagne to it. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Uh,
Cheers. Yeah, I don't even drink beer anymore just because it gets you so bloated, and
yeah.
anything carbonated, I'm like, I'm okay.
I mean, this is carbonated, but it's like a good kind of like wine.
Yeah,
So
it's
I get it.
manageable.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
So yes, so I did that run. I did seven and a half. It was run against ice,
Hmm.
which took place in LA, and it started in K Town, and we ran through all the areas that ice rated in LA, downtown LA, and then the ending point was in Placita Olvera.
Hmm.
So I did like the first 2 miles and then I got tired. And like the good thing is that they have like these trucks or vans. So if people get hurt or whatever, they need help. Cause it's mostly
Okay.
like a relay race where you're running through it. But like, if you can't, then it's okay. It was like just like a fun thing to do. And then, but I did run the last 5 miles through the areas that were very important to me. And that was going through like the flower district, the fashion
Hmm.
district, the
Yeah.
arts district, Boyle Heights, downtown LA, because like, I worked in that industry for 20 something years. So that side of downtown LA meant so much to me. And like that is where I needed to run it the most. So yeah.
Yeah, and I friggin' breaks my heart, just all the raids, all the, all the like stories you hear, all the violence, all the, people taken away from their families. I mean, yeah, like people like you, we need more. People that are out there supporting the community, out there doing something, not
Yeah.
violent, you're
Yeah.
doing the right actions. You're
Well, and
helping
this
out,
is
you're
the thing. I
supporting.
feel like I'm not even doing enough. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I definitely should be doing more,
I feel
but
too.
I feel like, you know what, this is my way because, what I
Yeah.
was telling like some of my, friends and family members is like all I can do is share as much as I can of information. And I'm not
Yeah.
trying to spread any hate, because it's really not about like, you know,
No.
political parties. It's really just coming as a humanitarian, like, place. You
Yeah,
know what I
these are
mean? Like
human
I care.
rights. And we
Human
both
rights.
know this is all illegal stuff that they're doing, masked up and taking people without any probable cause.
Yes.
They're profiling. They're,
Yes.
not even going about it the right way.
Yes, exactly. And that is,
Yeah.
so for me doing that race, especially me like, tapping into being a beginner runner, meant a lot to me and stuff. So it was exciting, I did it and the whole time I was like running, even though I was so exhausted and tired because I'm still not that great at it. It's taking baby steps for me, but like, running through I was where the piñatas are in downtown LA, like
Of
on the
course.
so I was running through there and like just seeing the people being like, dale ganas, mija, gracias, muchas gracias. Like, oh my God, like I was like, these are like my tias, you know what I mean? Like, this is who I do it for. Like,
Yeah,
these like amazing like people who come here. It's like you as a parent now, it's like you're gonna go anywhere to want a better life for JJ, right? Or for your son,
exactly.
for your wife, for your family. Like, you know what I mean? That is what they're doing here, so that is what I am fighting for. I can give a shit about who the fuck, but I will say something. Our
Go ahead.
current administration, fuck
Mhm.
them because this is what they're causing. And I don't give
Exactly.
a fuck. Like, I was like, fuck, mm-mm-mm. You know what I'm going to say. But
Yeah. No, I could fill in the blanks. I know exactly what you're talking about. And yeah, it's some wild times. It feels very much
heavy.
like the Wild West,
And it
just a
feels
lot of
very
disorder.
heavy. It feels very heavy and it
Yeah.
just fucking sucks. You know what I mean? Like, there's been like weeks where I like have to just stop like going on social media. I have to stop like seeing all of that because it literally brings me to this place of anger, which I'm not trying to come from that place. I'm trying to be more empathetic and compassionate, but I can't help it. Like, it
Yeah.
literally makes my blood boil to see
Yeah.
the stories. Like, how the fuck can you just stand there and see these
Hmm.
parents be ripped apart from their kids? Like, kids coming home not having it. So
Yeah.
anyhow,
And
we
then
can go on
you
and on
hear
about
that we
this.
can. But I'll just say this one last thing. It really breaks my heart. Yeah, just as a new parent, you hear the stories more from them. It's like they live in constant fear of not knowing if their mom or dad is going to be home, or even worse, seeing them and their reactions after having their parents taken away. That part takes, like, I can't imagine just being taken away and my son is like, "Where's my dad?" It's like, oh, that would just break my heart.
And Jesse, on top of that, like the trauma that this is causing them, that's gonna live for
Yeah.
like many years. You know what
Yes.
I mean? It's gonna take time for that healing because it's like,
Mhm.
what happens now? Like, are they going to come back? Are they going to live without their parents? Like, how are they fending for themselves? Do they have family? Like, how are they like living? You know what I mean? That is the fucking sad part, So, and it's trauma that they're going to have to heal from. And I hope that
Mhm.
there's going to be, like tools and, like support, for them because that's not
Well,
fucking
I
easy.
mean, the support's going to come from the community. I've seen as much tragedy that happens, there's been just, the equal and opposite reaction to it is just the support, people that are there, people that are giving their time, their energy, their efforts, their expertise, their professionalism,
Yes.
they extend the hand out, because
Yes.
it's the community that just comes together, and it's not even like a Hispanic thing. It is literally, you see people of all cultures, backgrounds there for their community. Like, hey, we live in LA, we live over here, this is our community. Like,
Yep.
everyone's standing together.
Yeah. Well, the organization that um put together the last one, there was like all different cultures, So to me, that was beautiful,
Yeah.
to have them, because LA
Mm.
is like all like they say it's a melting pot, and that
Yeah.
is what I love about California. That's what I love about the United States. Like, I love being in this country because you don't have to travel so far to be able to experience a different culture. You know what I mean? It's like, yes, I know that the majority probably are Latinos and stuff, but like, I love that I can go and have Korean food here. I know that I can go to K-Town and enjoy Korean barbecue, whatever. I can go to Little Tokyo and enjoy a amazing, like, beautiful, like, bowl of ramen, sushi. Then I can go to the hood in my areas of LA where I can
Yeah.
have some bomb as mariscos from the lunch truck or a restaurant, a pupuseria down the street, because I'm Salvi. I love the fact
Yeah.
that, like, everything, and then you have your American fucking In and Out, like smash burgers, whatever, Thai food, Peruvian, like, it's all like beautiful, but do
Yes,
we
it
need some
is.
help? Yes. And I will stand up for any fucking community. You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
if there's an injustice and somebody, like, humans are being like attacked, I don't care what race you are. Like, I'm gonna go and stand up for just humans in general. You know what I mean? Because that is what we do as people, and that is what our Latino culture, and I'm just speak just because I'm Latina, that is what we are. We are love, we're compassionate. Like, that is why it's so hard to hear like the shit that's being said about us. But
Yeah.
you said it. The community has literally been the best. And I
Mhm.
did a race, or I did a little 5K like 2 weeks before the one that I did last in July. And that one was the same thing. It's like where
Mm.
everybody met up at a coffee shop, and all the proceeds from the coffee shop sales went to these families. And I'm like,
Yeah,
look at
that's
this. Like,
good.
our government is doing more for the community than, like, I mean,
Hmm.
our people are doing more
Yeah,
than the
more
fucking
than the
government.
government. Yeah, absolutely. No, I
But
mean,
that's okay. That's the beauty of it, right?
like I said, we need more you. We need more people like you that are compassionate, understanding, and are willing to do things the right way.
Thank
Not
you.
out there trying to provoke and cause violence because when you're out there smashing rocks and throwing bottles, I mean, that just makes everybody look bad. Again,
Hmm.
just going back to like the civil rights movement, they did nonviolent protests because that's what you want. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
we're just want our equal share of life like everyone. We would just want what's best for our kids. We want what's best for, each other.
Yep.
And we do it together. We don't do it divided, we don't do it
Yeah.
split up. But
Yep.
I don't know. It's crazy. Who knows what's going to happen? But what matters is we're all sticking together and we're strong,
Yes.
and that's how we're going to get through it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like the times back then. That's what people leaned on is the community, and that's what we're doing now. We're leaning
Yeah.
the community, so it's kind of just history repeating itself. It's
Yeah.
just evolves in a different way. Just everything happens and comes back around, and then we just follow the blueprint. How did they do it? Okay, they did it right. They did it non-violently, and they protested because that's the right.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a very important to also stay with community that have like the same like views, and love the same way, and like kind of like believe in the same things. Because I will tell you, since like I've been sharing so much of this on my social media, I
Mhm.
do have like friends that like we went to high school with that I'm not really close to now, but because of my posts, they feel like we are like relatable, and we kind of like put ourselves in this little group, and they all tell me the same thing, like, Natty, like, you're the only one that I see that's still posting about this like on a daily. They're like, it makes me so like comfortable, and that I can come
Mhm.
to you like this and that, and I'm like, well, yeah, because that's what it's about. It's about not forgetting, but it's like, I know that I have to do more. You know what I mean? Just the posting is not going to do enough. Like, I
Yeah.
want to get involved more. Do some
Yeah.
research and really working into like really working for the people, so like it's like those things, also like getting yourself where you can lean on someone, and if you're
Hmm.
feeling that way, because I think we are all feeling so many different emotions. I think what I hear from most of the people, it's like, like anger, and they're like sad, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
and they feel like I don't know, like it kind of like touches us in our heart, like in a way where we're full of so many different emotions, but like being around that, like it's like, okay, like I have friends that don't like, or that are like Trump supporters, that I feel like all they want is hate in this, and it's like, okay, let's just not talk about the division. Let's try to see, like, in a love
Hmm.
point of view, like what can we do for our community. Like, you
Yeah.
can't change the way everybody thinks, you know what I mean, and people are going to have their thoughts. People are going to have the way that they believe things should be, but if we're coming from a place of love, like, it's okay for you to feel this way. Like, I'll be that shoulder that you need to lean on, or you need to cry on if you're feeling some type of way, because I think all of us are feeling that. And I know that if I see shit that I don't agree with, I just mute the motherfucker and I just don't even engage. You know what I mean? I did that at the beginning, and now I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to mute them, not see where they're coming from, or unfriend them. And I'm going to really just stick to the people where we can, like, share love and be educated, and really, like, what else can we do to do
Yeah.
that, to bring awareness, and all that stuff.
Well,
So
I will say, with everyone who was on board with the administration in the beginning and now seeing what's been happening, there has been a lot of people flipping,
yeah.
they've seen like this isn't what I voted. I've
Yeah.
been hearing a lot of that. Like,
Yes.
hey, this isn't what I voted for. Like, you're going after like hardworking people, people that
Yes.
are like just trying to make a living. These aren't criminals. These aren't, rapists, thieves,
Yes.
and murderers,
Yes.
These are just families, and they could
Yep.
see that. They could humanize that as themselves. So uh,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to you, and shout out to high school friends that see you doing
Yes.
good.
Shout out to everybody that just loves human and just wants to be a part of a
Mhm.
better world. Honestly,
Yeah,
we need that love, and it's
we
so
do.
beautiful when you have it.
We're the Beatles when you need them, man. We need some good music to just harmonize and bring everybody together.
I
You know?
know, I know, I know. Like, but it is beautiful to be a part of, like, that community, of course.
Well, it's good to be on the right side of history.
Yes, I was
History
gonna
will
say
remember
that.
us.
You took the words out of my mouth, but I was like, wait, am I gonna
Well, I had
sound
a
like
feeling you were
very?
kind of getting there. I was like,
Yeah.
I could
Thank
read
you.
you.
Thank you for saying that. But yeah,
Yeah,
I guess this is the point where we cannot be unapologetic. You know what I mean? It's You have to stand the right side of history. I
yeah,
would fucking die if I literally got to that point where I was like, what the fuck was I thinking? These are humans. Like, you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, no. And I don't want my kids to see that either. You know what I mean? So I want them to be just beautiful people. And that is the thing that Frank and I, like, work really hard on with them.
Yeah. So, I mean, how are the kids?
The kids are good. So our oldest just turned 21. Woo-hoo. My our baby, I keep on saying our
Oh,
baby. He's 16. So Anna Marie, which is my daughter, she has a nail business. She's home
which, yeah,
based.
throw out her page so people could contact. I'll
Yes.
add it in the description, and obviously, I want
Yeah.
to send business her way.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Her name is Sosita Nails. So go ahead, I'll give you that handle. She's out here in Norwalk. She does acrylic nails. She's going back to school to get licensed, because she took like a course to get certified, and then she's just been building on her craft, and then now
Mm,
she's investing in her education for her
that's good.
future. Yeah,
Yeah.
our son, JJ, he is a barber, self-taught barber.
Which is a great
Tocayo.
coincidence. Well, it's a great coincidence that we both have sons named JJ.
Yes. And
So
for those
shout out
of
to JJ's.
the people that don't know, like, my husband is Frank, which we know Jesse from high school, so we go way back, 25 years. No, like
Longer. I mean,
28 or like 29, somewhere around there.
28,
Yeah, I want to say 28, right? So
almost 30 years.
we go way back.
Yeah,
So Frank and I have been married for 21 years. Yeah,
that
21
is
years.
amazing.
And we've been
Hey,
together.
I gotta applaud you because marriage
Hey,
isn't easy.
no,
It's
no.
not. But you know what's so great? You guys have a great friendship, and I think people need to understand that. If you're like best friends with your partner, I mean, it's all the difference in the world because, it's like you get in fights, people argue over little things, but
Yeah,
as long as the love's there, like just with friends, you could be so
yeah,
chill with them because, you're not at each other's throats and you just laugh it off or you have your little inside jokes that
yeah,
you can just laugh it off. And that almost kind of is my little trump card out of things. So,
yeah.
if I can make her laugh, all right, we're not fighting anymore.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it took us a while to get to where we're at right now. It hasn't always been
Mhm.
this like easy or great. I think like believe it or not, like me and Frank split up like maybe like I want to say like maybe 3 times during our marriage, after we
Okay.
had like our kids and sadly most of those times weren't really because of us. It
Hmm.
was more because my parents have lived with us, my family, and I think that put a big strain on our relationship
Mm.
because my mom didn't really get along with Frank and they were always
Oh,
fighting. And so I mean, I'm just going to be completely honest. You know what I mean? It's marriage is not easy,
it's not
but
easy.
I know that I have an amazing husband, and he is my best friend,
Yeah.
and
I see it. So you guys
thank you. You
get along
do?
so well. And I think what is a big thing that a lot of people don't like try to emphasize is like that respect. I remember like just shout out to my dad. He gave me the best advice, just years ago when, I was living with the girlfriend under his roof, back at my parents' house. And he saw that, dude, you guys are fighting way too much. And on top of that, you guys are being very disrespectful by saying disrespectful things. He's like, nah, like disrespect, that's the cancer that's gonna kill your relationship. So it's like he called it before I even knew it.
Mhm,
So I was like, yeah, you're right. It really is. As long as you keep that mutual respect,
mhm, mhm.
I mean, you could make anything work.
Well,
So,
me and Frank also were at that point. Like, I think it was really toxic to have my parents live with us during the
mhm,
time that that they were living with us, because I felt like that was when him and I really needed to kind of like
mhm,
get to experience a marriage, you know what I mean? And my mom and dad had a lot to say about our relationship. And mind you, we were
mhm.
babies. I feel like we were like
Yeah,
21 years old when we got married, like at that age, or 22 years old when we got
yeah, that's
married,
young.
then it's like my parents helped us
Did you
buy
already
a
have your daughter, or was that
so
after?
we got married first. We had a shotgun wedding because
Because
I was
I
pregnant.
Okay, yes. All right,
Yeah,
you were pregnant. Okay, because I was
yeah,
there at your wedding,
yeah,
but I wasn't sure if she was already there or if you
yeah.
were pregnant or not pregnant. So,
Yeah.
okay.
So I was pregnant, so his parents, which I appreciate, like,
Hmm.
the what do you call the tradition of like Latinos that, you get pregnant, get
Yeah.
married and stuff like that.
Yes.
I think that like we were really young, so we're like, okay, yeah, either way, I knew I was gonna marry Frank. Like it's crazy, but like I don't know if people know this story, but I still remember the day Frank
Sure.
walked into high school and I see him walk in. I was with my friends, or we used to sit in the quad and stuff like that. And he came into high school,
Yeah.
I think sophomore year, and I was like, I'm gonna marry that guy.
And you already knew, like, just
I
in
don't
your
know
mind,
what but I was like,
like,
I'm gonna marry that guy. And I didn't feel that way towards a lot of guys in high school. Like, I don't know, there was just like not much, like nobody really caught my eye like that. So him coming in, he was so
well, that's
different.
that's a bold statement. I was just gonna say, like, just
Yeah, so I was like, that I'm gonna marry that guy. And like even like my close friends that remember that are like, bitch, you're a fucking witch.
They're like,
And I'm like, dude, it's so
bitch, like really?
crazy. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, but but at the beginning, like Frank didn't like me like that. He, kind of just saw me more as like a friend. But I think like when I was in high school, a lot of the
Mhm.
guys really saw me more as like their little sister. I was kind of one of the guys, right? Like I just,
You absolutely were. You were like just kind of so friendly, so nice, and just so what's the word? Very I guess you were almost like a little mini mom, like, you're just making sure everyone's okay and keeping the peace. And
oh
yeah, you were kind of like I always said you were kind of like the little ringleader of the girls. So I felt like, I was like,
yeah,
I pointed it
really?
out.
Oh God.
Yeah, like you were, and again, remember we were talking about it, like, yeah, you were popular. And like, really? I was popular? I'm like, you were popular.
I
We
was,
all were popular. I
yeah.
mean, not to like put a label
Yeah.
on us, but
Yeah.
enough people knew us and
We
yeah.
always rolled in like big crews, right? Like we just rolled with a lot of
Yeah.
people and stuff. But at the beginning, Frank didn't really care for me like that. I think that just
Mm,
happens like maybe after high school. But we were like back and forth a lot during our senior year. And so, I feel like when I moved to LA, me and him would stay together. And then after I, graduated from college, like we lived together for a little bit, but we were still really young, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's different because I feel like before we got married, we were together for like 4 years on and off. And then we get married, and then it's like everything fucking changes, right? It's like, shoot, we got married, we had a baby, we like,
That's
bought a
huge. And you're like
house.
what, 22, 23?
22, yeah, by like the age of like 24, 25, I want to say. No, like no, actually like by the age of 26, um, we had
Mhm.
bought a house. My parents
That's
moved
awesome.
in with us because we bought a house together. We in
Or
Beaumont.
was this in, yeah, I was gonna say
In
this was
Beaumont.
Beaumont, right?
Yeah, that's the new
Yeah.
house that we had bought and stuff,
Okay.
so our life literally changed so quick, and then it's like I was already in a career. So when I had a baby, I kind of felt like I had to take a little pause. But then it's like my baby made me go
Oh,
further.
you know what? I think I have a photo of that housewarming party because I think you only threw one party or one housewarming party.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I came with Danny and Doug and Juan.
Mm.
I have a photo of us like in your garage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a really good memory. So, I mean, that stands
Mm-hmm.
out to me. Yeah.
I remember you guys being there though. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then you
Was it
guys,
a housewarming party or was it
was it my baby shower?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you the question. I just
I
know it
think
was
it
a
was
party. I don't know what was the
I
occasion.
think it was my baby shower when I was having JJ.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was before JJ.
Might have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah. So
I
because
mean, I know
we
how us Mexican parties are, make everything a big party.
Yeah, exactly, right. So yeah, we used to have a lot of parties there too. So we went through those phases, and then obviously, like, during the phase of when we had, our kids, it was literally like work, 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 pay the bills. Like, so I just felt like that time was really hard for us because we didn't
Mm.
really get to experience marriage, right? So
Yeah.
then we're
Straight
literally
into
just
like
raising
responsibilities.
yeah, like we're raising a babies or two
Yeah.
babies at this point. We're having to stress about mortgage and, maintaining a
Mm.
house. We're living with my parents who were a little toxic at the time, like they had a lot of feedback and input on our relationship,
Oh,
which
really?
yeah. Oh, yeah. So, like, mostly my mom, made our life really, really hard, our marriage life. And so I was driving to LA, so my commute was really
Yeah.
bad. So then
Yeah,
we
that's a hell of
decided
a
to,
trip from Beaumont to LA. I
it
mean,
was
okay.
like 4 to 5 hours of my day.
Yeah.
My driving was like a part time fucking job.
I did that for like 1 year and I said,
Mm-mm.
fuck, my mental anguish was just so I
To
kind of, how long
where?
did you do it?
Where were you driving to?
West Hollywood.
Oh,
I know. And not, just Hollywood, but West Hollywood. So, there's no freeway to really get to West Hollywood. You got to get off of the one freeway and drive another like street lights, however many street lights all the way to West Hollywood. So it's like,
yep. Yeah.
That alone was 45 minutes
Oh yeah.
just from the exit of the freeway over to the office was 45
Mm,
minutes. I
no.
remember that.
How long did you do it for?
1 year.
I did it for 8 years.
Oh, uh,
So I was
I was
done.
2018. I always bookmark this. This was like literally me having a crisis, a mental breakdown of like, was that midlife crisis?
Mm-hmm.
That was my midlife crisis at 2018. I think I was, well, how old was I? I don't know, 37, maybe 36. I don't know, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, already having a midlife crisis. It was just bad. I
Yep.
just,
Yep.
but I was happy once I changed jobs.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
See, cheers to that. Because I know that it's
Yeah.
so hard to really stand your ground to what, like, because we're thinking like, oh my god, but like I need the money, but I need this,
Yeah.
financially and all that. But I look up to people that can make decisions that are needed for your mental health.
Yes. And that's the biggest thing. I remember just throwing more advice out there for the audience and for
Mm,
you and for anyone's listening that you have to be okay. You have to take care of yourself
yeah.
before you can take care of others. So if you're
Mhm.
not mentally there in the right headspace, uh, then you're not going to be able to do things you need to do for others because it's going to come out. I mean, that's what I did. I came home, I was like, what the fuck and this and that. You take it out on the people that are close to you. You just have that, that anger or you have that frustration. You have a wave of emotion that you
Yeah.
just take around the people around close to you. And it's not fair to them.
Yeah.
They didn't go through that shit.
Yeah.
That's your burden. You have to burden yourself with.
Exactly. Yeah. So pretty much for maybe like I want to say like for like 18 years, my mom and
Mhm.
dad and have been living with us. We've been in
Okay.
and out. And then probably like about a year ago at the house that we were renting in Norwalk. So we got rid of our house in
Mhm.
Beaumont. We moved to LA. We like moved to Whittier. I was closer to home and
Mhm.
to work. I kind of felt like this was a time for me to like really catch up with being able to take my daughter to school, joining school functions, because before I couldn't even take her to school. Like she
Yeah.
even tells me now this day, she's like, I don't really remember you being a part of my life when I was younger. She goes, I
Mhm.
remember dad doing my hair. I remember like dad doing this, but I was also traveling for work. I was
Yeah.
always gone. By the time I would leave, the house, she was still asleep. My mom raised her, my mom and
Yeah.
Frank, pretty much. And then
Oh.
so fast forward 20 years later, or 18 something years later, the house that we were renting in Norwalk,
Hmm.
they ended up selling it. So we all kind of just went our ways. So it's
Hmm.
been a year and a half that Frank and I have been living in an apartment. So we moved to an apartment in Norwalk, and it's
Okay.
just
Oh, so you're not
Frank
at that. I
and
didn't
I.
even know that. I didn't know
Yeah,
you
so
guys
we're not
were
at the
at
house
that
anymore.
house.
No.
Oh, okay.
So we're
So
not
you're
at the
still in
house
Norwalk.
anymore. We're still in, or we're actually down the street from where we used to live.
Okay.
And the reason why I still stayed in Norwalk is because my son's still going to school here. So like I kind of wanted just to still make it
Of
comfortable for
course.
him until he like leaves. And my daughter moved in with her girlfriend in
Oh,
Norwalk.
really?
So I still wanted to be close to her as well, you know what I mean? So we're still here. And so this time right now, this is why I mean like this is like my third phase, right? Because it's like you have your childhood phase up until high school.
Yeah.
Then from there, it's like, college. For me, that was my second phase, was like college, marriage, kids,
Hmm.
home, whatever. And then now this is like my third phase in life where
Well, tell us about this phase. Like, what are you doing now? Can you? I don't
honestly,
know. You could share or not share. So
I'm just trying to figure it out. That is what it
good.
is. I don't have a plan. I actually just quit my job. I was a production manager, and I quit my job, and that
Mhm.
was probably the hardest thing that I've done in a while,
Takes a
because
lot of balls. Yeah.
it goes back to society, right? It's like you need to make this amount of money to be happy, and you need to be doing this, you need to be that.
Hmm.
And I was like, you know what? I was so miserable. Like it got to a point where I hit like a dead end street where it's like I'm not growing from this company anymore. I get treated like, like I don't I don't think they value what I
Yeah.
do. And I was with the company for like at least 4 years where I helped it from like being a startup to like the growth that it's at. And then now it's just kind of going a different direction that I
It's
wasn't okay
funny you say that about, feeling not appreciated because it almost feels like jobs and companies you're with, they're almost like a relationship,
with.
like a little,
Stella.
uh, it's like if you don't feel appreciated, you'll go with somebody who does appreciate you. But, also it's a
Stella.
business.
Sorry. My dog is like barking. Sorry.
Oh, I was like,
No, no, no.
what I miss? Like, what are you trying to say? But yeah,
You're right.
it's business first more than anything, as much as
Mhm.
people try to humanize it in the whole business aspect of, oh, we're a family, this and that, and like, yeah, okay, we're a family, because you got to get along with your coworkers, yeah, you got to be totally on the same page,
Mhm.
but if you're not seeing your value, it's a business at the end of the day, it's nothing personal. Hey, I got to get compensated, it's like I got a family to look after.
Yep.
Hey, go do your thing.
Yep. And that's exactly what you said is
Mhm.
where I was at. I mean, listen, like it's business. Whatever that direction is, it's just no longer aligning with what I need out of life right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
at a point where I've done the working, I've worked up the fucking corporate ladder. I've worked my way up to where I was at, you know what I mean? And like I did everything for my kids, for my family. I did everything for everybody else except for me. You know what I mean? Which was like I kind of felt like I was on autopilot. So don't get me wrong, I've had an amazing life and I have a lot of beautiful
I feel
memories, but
you.
I also felt like I was not present, you know what I mean, in my
Mm.
own self, you know what I mean? So it's like now it's like I decided to leave because I'm like, I know that there's something else out there for me. I just don't know what it is right now. And I'm trying to pinpoint that. So, luckily, I have an amazing, supportive husband, who is like, take the time you need,
Yeah.
do what you need to do for yourself, because he's doing amazing in his job right now. Like, he's like a lead where he's at, like, he's enjoying, where he's at. So he's like, just do what you need to do for yourself. He's like, and then, eventually, like, I know you're going to come back. Cause when I go hard. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mhm.
try a lot of different things. I've tried different businesses. Like, I always go hard. So it's like
Yeah.
now I'm like, no, now I'm going to do something that has to align with where I'm at in life. And I have a few like business ideas out there. So I'm just trying to kind of gather and see where the universe takes me, which route it's going
Mhm.
to go to. And I don't know, maybe I'll dabble in like three different things at once. Like, that is what I'm trying to figure out right now. So for me, I don't have a game plan. This phase is just like trying to figure things out. And by figuring that out, I have to figure out myself. You know what I mean?
No, that's
So
that's awesome.
it's
And you know
pouring
what?
into my cup.
You have a great support system. I know friends and family, they got your back. So whatever you want and network, like talk to this is why I kind of secretly do this because I get to talk to people. I get to share like, hey, what do you do?
Yeah.
Tell me about your profession. I want to hear what you do. I want to understand the ins and outs. I want to understand your mind, how you work, how you operate, how do you take on tasks? How do you, approach anything? Because honestly, the world needs a lot of competent people. And right
Yes.
now we're at that perfect age where like we have a lot of wisdom and experience and we're still young enough to have all this energy to get
Yeah.
shit done. So like we're at that right like age bracket where like yeah, I'll hire you, I know
Yeah.
you'll succeed with whatever I throw at you. It's
Yep.
like we got a couple businesses over here. If I were to hire you to be one of my admins or one of my managers, I mean, I know you would kick ass. So
Yeah. Oh, thank you. So
yeah.
yeah, so that's where this phase is. It's me, really owning up to speaking up for myself. I was such a people pleaser for so many majority of my life, that.
You're so kind. That's why.
Oh, thank you. So, I'm really trying to speak up for what like I need for myself. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I've also like been able to like come into a place where I've cut out people that like no longer
Mhm.
really pour into my life in a positive way. You know what I mean? Honestly, and that's the hardest part because I feel
I
like
know.
people just because like how you're saying that I'm
And
like kind.
even I will say this, like you don't necessarily have to cut them off. You could just back away the space, the interactions, maybe understand that like, hey, this negative energy you're pouring into my life. Maybe I could take a step back, and still be there for people because
Yes.
they don't understand. They're going through it too. And so yeah,
Well,
they
let me
come
tell
off as
you,
negative.
no, there's some people that I've had to
Well,
completely cut off
okay.
because they are just not like emotionally mature enough to take accountability for certain
Keyword.
things.
Yeah. I use that quite a bit often. It's funny that you mention it, but yes, emotionally mature is
Yes.
such a huge thing that
It is. It
yeah.
is. Yeah. And it's sadly that one of those people was my mom, and so, but my mom and I had this amazing
Mm,
conversation one time. And, I told her how I felt. I didn't tell her everything because
mm.
she was doing the best that she could with the way that she was
Circumstances.
in her way, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I would never take that personal also because I feel like people that lash out or that are mean or that are like, say some shit, they're obviously going through something themselves, right? Because happy people don't fucking bash or talk shit or are angry or shit like that, right? Like I'm in a place where for me, I want to like share love, but I want you to feel it from me, right? I would because energy is interchangeable, right? So like this, our conversation that we're having, this is an exchange of energy.
Oh
It's
wait,
an
what's the new
exchange of energy.
generation? New generation does it like
Yeah.
this.
Oh, this one.
Like that.
Oh, wait. I don't know.
They do
I'm
it like that. Yeah.
honestly. Am
It's
I
funny
doing it
because
right?
like those are the TikToks. It's like put a heart and then we'll do like this. And
Yeah.
then
I
this
mean, I
new
use that
generation
as
does
an
it like this.
emoji.
They throw crip, you know?
Oh,
They
I'm
throw it
like,
like
wait,
that.
what sign am I throwing? Because I'm
Yeah.
nervous right now.
Nah, you good, you good.
But
But
yeah.
no,
So
I
like,
totally get it. And not to dismiss the old generation, by the way, because yeah, my parents too. No one's perfect. But, you talk to them. You talk to them to a point where it's like you could talk to them like an adult because guess what? We're adults now and they're human.
yeah,
They're not perfect. They're gonna make mistakes. And
yeah,
I'm sure they did things while raising us that wasn't the best.
yeah,
But you talk to them now as like, hey, like, guess what? I'm grown. I could tell you, like, "Hey, you kind of fucked up here. It's
yeah,
like not in those blunt words, but you say it in a way with love. Like, I get it. They did the
yeah.
best they can.
Yeah.
So
And
I
you know what? Honestly, I keep on referring to my mom because my mom, I think, is the one that gave me my most trauma,
mm,
So for me, it's like even when I was a little girl, but my mom also has her own trauma that she's been dealing with. My mom is a
that
Salvadoran woman, who,
yes.
left El Salvador during the las guerras de allá, So like when she came here, she lost everything from her country, what she loves. And she lost her dad at a young age, not through like death, but he left them, so she has like abandonment issues,
Yeah,
and then going through that, like las guerras, just like what she tells me in her stories, I'm like, fuck, that's fucking traumatic, you know what I mean?
it
And
is.
so leaving that country, coming here, starting something new, then being in a relationship with my dad, my dad was a womanizer. Like she comes here to start like what she was doing in El Salvador, where she was a nurse. She's here and she's really considered like nothing. That is how they saw them here. You know what I mean? And immigrants are seen as like literally bottom of the totem pole, right? So like, so she's trying to work her way up. Like, so she has her own traumas that she's had to deal with. Unfortunately, she took them out on me, which to me was in an
Yeah.
abusive way. And like So for me, my biggest healing was healing like from the trauma that I went through with my mom, but it's almost like you're grieving that relationship
Mm,
while they're still alive, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So for me, I had to like understand that like my mom loves me. She just didn't show it in the way that I need it because my acts of love are different from like her acts of love. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you see when you're first generation,
Love language. Yeah, I know.
yeah, like what is your parents' love language? Like they could be yelling at you and everything, and they're like ya comiste, and like to them it's like
Yeah.
I'm
¿Quieres
feeding you.
comer? You know?
That's an
¿Quieres
act
comer?
of love from them, right?
Yeah.
It's like they're like showing you that they care about you because they're feeding you, they're taking care of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for
That's
me,
their
the way
apology.
exactly, exactly.
¿Quieres
So
McDonald's?
yes, but I didn't
Yeah.
get to this point to be because me and my mom have an amazing relationship now. She moved, we're in separate households. Like I get to see
Which I
her.
gotta ask, I know you're gonna keep going, but I gotta ask. I mean, it seems like you're very emotionally mature. So I gotta ask, like, were you maybe taking any kind of therapy or any
Yes.
kind of like a prof? See that part, I already kind of had a feeling that was, and it's a great to you can see that you could like because I saw that when I was young. I was like, oh, I get it. Like my parents are human. They make mistakes. So I feel like I caught that real early on. And I was like, you know what? They're not perfect. They're gonna say shit, do shit. And I was like, I get it. That's why when I'm gonna just shut my mouth, let them talk. But when they try to drag me into something that had nothing to do with me, I drew the boundary.
Yep.
I very early on I said, this has nothing to do with me. This has to do with you guys.
Yep.
Keep me out of it, and
Yep.
I still love you guys all the same.
Yep. No, and it's exactly what you said. It's about putting boundaries up, right? And I never knew what it was like to put boundaries up. Like I just didn't. You know what I mean? I
A
didn't know
lot of
how to
people
do
don't.
that. When you're a people pleaser, you don't know how to do that. That's hard
Yes.
for you to like because you feel like you're letting people down, right? And I think that was one of the reasons why genuinely I am love and I love and like I want people to feel comfortable in this and that, right? Yes. But I also didn't know how to set boundaries with certain people that I just didn't really like feel like we were in the same like place. I don't know if that makes sense,
No,
but
I,
for
I, I
especially
totally
my
get it.
mom.
It
Especially
it's it's like with anything, it's like walking on eggshells, it's walking on landmines. It's like, how do you approach this? How do you do this? It's
yeah,
and then yeah, you're on your own journey, people are on their own journey. It's like you cross roads and you're trying to just, keep the peace. You're trying to be a people pleaser.
yeah,
I totally get it.
yeah.
And
So it
this is, I
was
feel like
really
we're having
hard.
a therapy session right now.
Yeah,
Just
I know. I honestly
like
feel like that,
let the heal
So
happen.
I went through a lot of shit and I'm so glad that and it's crazy how life works because I feel like life has a weird way of putting like
People in your path.
opportunities
Yeah.
in your life to like okay, for example, the only way that I actually seeked therapy and I went to therapy was because it was like a free um
Something was
it was
like offered to you
like a free
for
benefit,
job.
yeah, that I
Okay.
got when I was working at Disneyland. So I took Disneyland as a part-time job because I'm a Disney girly. And yes, I'm a Disney adult. So fuck all you guys that say that Disney adults are weird. Like we're just
I
fucking
talk shit about Disney people all the time because it's
you
again just
do?
unresolved trauma.
Yeah,
That's it.
it is
They're trying to
actually.
this is their safe space.
But you know what? It's like
What?
the best therapy. You know why? Because I get to go to Disneyland. I get to fucking drink, and I'm like,
Disney for me, okay, this is my perspective, my point of view.
oh, fucking Disney.
Crowded,
Okay, I want to drink.
expensive, and the attractions aren't worth the time, energy, effort, me walking around. That's me in a
That's you.
nutshell.
See,
Yeah, but I get it. You have this is what I tell people. Find your community.
and
Find your
that's my
people.
community.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like that music video with the girl with the bumblebee. She found her bumblebees. You find your Disney people. You're there
Yes.
fucking go nuts. You know, if
Yeah.
you're into putting patches on your arm or if you're in there putting ear, you know, things on, go for it, man. Yeah,
I
what
have
makes you
like my
happy?
little Disney gear that I wear when I go to Disney
There
and
you
stuff.
go.
But for me, I think it is about healing my like inner child. I remember being,
It's that. It's people like that's their happy place when they were kids and they were so
mhm,
happy. And I get it.
yes.
It's like the nostalgia of like, I get it. But for me, I went there once, twice. I was like,
See,
meh.
I love it. I love it. So, and my kids
Hmm.
grew up as like Disney kids. We had annual passes. I mean, my daughter has had an annual pass since she was like 4 years old. She celebrated her 21st birthday at
Okay.
Disneyland. Okay. We
What's
literally,
your favorite part of it? What's your favorite part of Disneyland?
of me,
Like, what are you excited to like? Hey, I have to go here.
I think it's just like the music, the environment, being able to have that adult money, Disney money, where it's like, I remember being a little girl, my mom would
Okay.
not let me buy anything. Like, I would get
Yeah.
one of those big old lollipops, and that shit will
It's
last me
funny.
for a year.
It's funny you say that just because I've had these conversations where it's like, yes, you have the adult money. Now, what do you do with that adult money? What are the toys that you buy, or what are the things you do now that you have adult money? And yeah.
So for me, it's I like to buy like the cute gear.
Mm,
Honestly, a lot of my money goes to me eating and drinking there.
mm,
It's just being able to take the time to enjoy a beer at one stand, go and have birria
mm.
tacos at another stand, and it's the quality time that I get to spend with the people that I'm there with. So it's like when it's
Yeah.
me with the
And
kids,
it's a great I think it's great for that purpose. It's like you bond. Yeah,
Yes.
you could take the family. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Um, just for me, it's like I hate the crowds and I hate the amount of money you have to spend. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm kind of a cheap person, but it's like I always tell like my wife and mother-in-law is this something you kind of want or something you really want? So really think about that when you buy something. And
See,
I
for
see like
me,
Disneyland, it's like, eh.
the money that I spend there, it's literally an exchange of energy. Every time that I go to Disneyland, like whoever it's with, and I've been doing silly like solo Disney dates where I just go by myself. You know what I mean? So it's like
Well, again,
I
what do you look forward to when we do like what attraction do you look forward to when you go there?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what my routine is when I go to Disneyland. Okay,
Let's
so
hear it.
I when I go to Disneyland, because I have passes, I don't need to go the whole day. I go for like maybe 5 hours at a time. I'm 15 minutes away from Disneyland, so I already know what that routine looks like. So what I do is like I'll park
Hmm.
in downtown Disney,
Hmm.
and then when I park there, like I know that I have like 5 hours to kind of do what I need to do. I kind of mostly fuck with California Adventure because California Adventure has drinks. So I get into California Adventure. I walk to this place where they
Wait,
sell.
doesn't Disneyland have drinks now?
Yes, okay, but not all locations. Like
La
California
Cantina.
has way more like little like
Shout out to
DCA.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I love Star Wars, and I'm not a Star Wars fan, but I love that area, the galaxy. It's
I got
amazing.
a little frame photo right here.
Can you
This
see?
first frame that you can see.
I can't see it.
It's oh no, well,
Oh.
so right there.
Oh, so
That
wait, do
one
you like
is
that area?
so
Galaxy's Edge?
this right here is Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen with me, my wife, and JJ.
Oh my God. Oh, I think I did see that one. See what I mean? So
Damn it.
it's literally beautiful.
You made me fall off the camera now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on.
I just needed to
It's all
see what
right.
you were talking about. So I
You know how
go and I
tights.
get my 2 glasses of prosecco.
Okay.
Then, like the last time that I did Disney, which was my solo Disney day, I went and I went solo rider. I got on the credit coaster, And then after the Incredicoaster, I went over and I got myself a beer. I like to go to the area that's over by the Garden Grill.
Mm-hmm.
They have mariachi there and it has like a nice little patio. So at least have like some kind of entertainment. So I'll grab a michelada, I'll chill there, or just
They
regular
have
beer.
micheladas there?
Dude, and they're bomb. Ask Frank because Frank loves them, you know? And then from there, like I'll do I like to do like Goofy's, Little Mermaid, Cars Land. I don't fuck with Guardians of Galaxy though. I don't fuck with that
What,
ride.
you don't like the drop?
I don't like the drops. No. And I've tried it when I'm intoxicated drunk and I don't like it still.
It's fun. I like it.
I don't like it.
I like it. Well,
But
I don't know, maybe because I don't know, people have their fear of heights and falling and whatnot, but
well, for me, it's yeah. I don't like the feeling when it just drops down and then
yeah.
this one goes up and down. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It does.
Um,
It goes up and go down.
yeah, I don't like it.
I don't
So you know, for me, I get on the swings. I do all that stuff. I even do like the art. You know, you can draw. They have like a little art show there, or like a drawing class. I'll do that. I love to do
know.
turtle talk, but everything that I do, it's very slow pace
Yeah,
because
you
I
take your time.
don't need to
So
do it
what time do
all.
you typically get there?
So I like to get to like around like 10ish, you know, and I'm out of there by like 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so and
Seems
even
pretty short.
Frank and I will have sometimes like we'll do dates at Disneyland, you know, where we'll go and we'll do
Yeah,
like
you
maybe
guys are
4
definitely
hours.
Disney people.
Yes, he loves it, but I think what he loves about it is like, and I think both of us, it's just the quality time, honestly. You know, because when you
That
go
part.
to have
So,
dinner,
so
you're gonna
whatever
have
it is.
dinner and spend what like $200 a dinner, and you're just gonna be there for 2 hours and that's it, right? For
Mhm,
us, we can spend that same amount, but we'll have like dinner, we'll sit somewhere, then we'll
mhm.
walk and we'll have a beer somewhere else and then we'll walk somewhere. So we're interacting in
Yeah.
every little section that we're at. We're really talking like, oh, but babe, do you remember this? Da, da, da. And we're just like talking the night away. So for us, it's that quality time that we don't get anywhere else, you know? And it's the quality time with my kids, honestly. My
Well, hey,
kids are,
you don't have to,
you
I
need
get
to
it.
come with me and Frank next time, Jesse. You're gonna fucking
I
love it.
won't do it, but I also understand communities. So like with people that are like crazy about going to Glamis and going in the middle of
Mm,
the desert and doing that stuff, it's like I don't get it. But I
yep.
know they do it because of their community. The
Yeah.
people, they could take their kids, they go hang out with their families, they do all that. Other people that go to the Havasus, the lakes, the boats, that community, that's a whole nother thing. For me, I see it as like, man, I gotta load up the car, I gotta load up the boat, I gotta unload it, I gotta do all these extra things just to enjoy it. And even then, you're baking in the sun, you're dealing with
I
people.
love
Like
it.
I don't like that. That's not me. I rather, go do something cool where I could come here, cut and leave and not have to worry about this. So, but that's just me.
But I
That's
get you.
not my community. But
I
again,
get
it's
you.
people's communities. I support people's passions. I support people's love for their community. And yes, crazy as it sounds from somebody else, looking on the outside, because I'm looking on the outside. I'm like, that's not for me. But I respect that because
Yeah.
that's passion, that's love, that's I'm all for that. If people could do that and spend that much time, energy, and money, I'm like, go for it.
Yeah. No, I
I'm
feel
a
you.
movie person, so I'm good with like my movie experience and video game experience because I video game and movie and all that
Yeah.
and I'll spend it with my family. We have our comfort at our home to do things here where
Yeah.
I don't want to have to like we're kind of the same. That's why
Yeah.
me and my wife we could do that. Like I don't want to deal with crowds. I
Yes.
don't want to have to deal with ungodly amounts of spending if we could avoid it.
Yes. No, I feel you. I'm the same way too. For me, give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Go
Somebody's at
for
my
it.
door. Hold on.
Put I'll put
Okay.
pause. And we're back. So,
And
you
we're
were gonna
back.
say a story because we got
Yeah.
interrupted and then took a pause.
So the person who came and knocked on my door right now. So I live in an apartment complex, and
Was that your neighbor?
that was like, well, let me tell you, they were like little girls that found this cat in the trash
Hmm.
in like a dumpster. So we were at the pool one time, and because they know that we have a great cat, little Kobe, and
Mm.
so they were like, "Hey, they were like, we found this cat in the dumpster. Can you take care of him because our moms won't let us take care of it." Da da da. And then we were like,
Did
"What?"
you?
It was a cute little kitty, and so we took in the cat. So then we thought it was a girl, so we named her Callie. And so turns out that like they literally want to come all the time and play with the cat. And I'm kind of like,
Oh,
like I'm nice, but then this is where I need to like draw my boundaries
boundaries.
where I'm like, hey, like, and I had to be like, like you guys can't be coming to the place, like I understand you're coming in a good place, but like I can't have you guys here, like it's not okay. Like I don't know your mom, like you
Yeah.
guys can't. But every time I see them, they're literally the sweetest little girl. And I get it, they're just sweet. But I'm like, does your mom like know you're here? Like I don't even know your mom. Like type of shit, like
Yeah.
shit. My daughter would not be in no fucking stranger's place. So it just comes to like where I am like I come from like a loving place, but that is also like not that good all the time because people
Mhm.
don't know how to take my boundaries, you know what I mean? So it's like I've had to like literally tell them this like at least like 3 times, and I had to be like, no, you guys can't be here. Like, it's just one of those things. But that's who came and like rang my door right now.
No, but that's good. I mean, you understand that, like, hey, I appreciate you girls' concern and you want to play with the cat and all this. But yeah, that's nice of you to set those boundaries because,
Yes.
yeah, a lot of
And I've had to
people.
tell them that too. I'm like, if I'm a mom, and it's like I wouldn't be okay with my daughter being at somebody's house that I don't know. And so sometimes because the kitty is so small, I'll let them play with the cat outside. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Mm,
like, okay, the kitty is small. He's not running away from them.
yeah,
But I'm like, it's gonna come to the point where like I'm like, no, because they are always wanting to come. So
yeah.
anyhow,
I'm a
anyhow,
cat owner too, by the way.
huh?
I said I'm a cat owner as well.
I know. He or she.
He,
He is so
Arnie.
cute. Arnie?
Yeah. Everyone confuses him for a girl because he has like really pretty blue eyes and a little bit of white and gray, and they think the white, they're like, oh, they think a girl, but
I think I was talking to Amanda last time, and I was like, oh my God, your cat is so cute. So I became a cat lady from my daughter. And we always like joke
um,
around because we're like, damn.
if you were like single and 50 plus, I would call you a cat lady, but no, you're good.
Well, we only have Kobe, which is Frank's. And then I needed my
Kobe,
own cat. Yeah.
which Kobe.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and I don't know if you've seen the picture of him. He has a picture of Kobe in a magazine, and his
Mm,
eyes are like yellow, yellow. So it kind of like matches to like the Laker colors and stuff. So, anyhow,
I
um,
haven't seen it. No.
I have to show it to you.
All right.
But like this cat that we just got, like I'm so obsessed.
Oh,
I'm
so
so obsessed.
what is this new cat called?
So we thought it was a girl, so we named her Callie with a K.
Oh,
But
okay.
then we just figured out that it's a boy. So because it's my cat, I named him Benito Antonio Ocasio Martinez, el gatito malo,
El gatito malo.
because I love Bad Bunny. So.
Oh, shout out to Bad Bunny.
Even though I know you probably don't like Bad Bunny, huh?
I like some of his songs,
Mm.
but do I think he's a has a good voice? No.
No, he's
His
definitely not a
songs,
singer.
yeah,
He's a performer for sure. He's definitely just good vibes.
good vibes.
Love him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what were we saying?
I don't know. I've had quite a few drinks, so this conversation could go anywhere you want.
Okay, so pretty much the point, I guess, of like our conversation at this point of our
Yeah.
journey is I think that, it's important for us to check in on ourselves, most importantly, because that's the journey that I'm
Yeah.
in, right? So for
Yeah.
me, it's like me being at and checking in on myself because,
Which I'm gonna throw my 2 cents real quick because I
yes,
know I hate interrupting people. Um, Props to therapy and mental health. I love it. I'm here for it. I always tell people I am here for you guys. Like I may
yes.
not be the smartest man. I may not be the most, understanding or whatever, but I'm here.
Mm-hmm,
So if you guys need something to talk about, if you guys want to just vent or whatever, I'm here. Because it's really important because fuck, there is a loneliness epidemic that just
mm-hmm,
people don't talk about, men
mm-hmm,
especially. I
mm-hmm.
think this is where I started it, kind of like the whole, guys, this is a free space to fucking talk about whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
because honestly, it's true, right? It's like I think like even with like my husband, I'm constant checking in on him, And let me tell you, like Frank and I have gone through a lot also where, our mental health was like really affected and it's like us being married, it's kind of hard, and I feel that maybe sometimes he's probably not comfortable coming to me and telling me things. And it took me a while also for me, even though we've been married, but sometimes you're not as like unfiltered as you should be with your partner, right? But I feel like I've gotten to a point with Frank where I can be unfiltered. It's
Mm.
just the way that I approach a situation or the way I deliver something, because there's been even scenarios within our own family where like I'm not okay with, and I have to find a way of how to communicate that with him where it's like, hey, you know what, like I'm a little uncomfortable. I'm I don't want to be a part of this. You know what I mean? And it's affected us. But I think when I am like super unfiltered, like, hey, this is how it makes me feel, versus where before I didn't know how to communicate that and I would just deal with it. And I just thought, well, I have to deal with it because it's family. And it's like now I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, I'm not dealing with it. You know what? I don't want to fuck with certain people and I'm not going to fucking be there. You know what I mean? So, I will make it like count
Hmm.
when it matters, you know what I mean? But I also have to know, and that comes from both sides, my family and his family, you know what I mean? Like I'm at a point
Yeah.
where we've had to cut some certain people off because it was not okay for our mental health. And I felt like I was being more drained being at certain events versus me feeling uplifted and feeling like how like you feel like replenished, you feel like your soul has been filled when you're with certain people
Yeah,
because
it's
of the
certain
energy that you're
energy, certain
getting. Yes.
people. It's like, man, I haven't seen you in a while, and like, what's up? You know, like you're like he would just say like that Frank energy right now because we were on the phone just before that. He's like, "What's up?" It's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that energy. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you want to be around that.
And let me tell you, like, even like, my friends, I'm very lucky. I'm
Mhm.
very blessed, honestly, that I have a great like support system, and that is from like my sister to like my extended sisters, which are my cousins, my friends, my small circle of friends that have seen me even at my most vulnerable, even like when me and
Shout
Frank
out to
fight.
Natty's friends.
Thank you, all of my friends and my cousins and my sister and my tias, like everybody, like honestly, work friends also, that and even friends that I don't see as often, but when I do see them, we pick up right at where we left off. You know what I mean? So it's like all of that, like I can be my most vulnerable self. Like I can say, because I'm not always this kind and whatever. Like I have a little bit of like bad in me where sometimes I just need to release. But then once I release, like I'm good. Because
Oh,
we're not
well, let me
perfect.
ask you that because you bring up a good point. Just because I always, find my place to kind of have that outlet, whether it's me doing a podcast, putting on a movie, or putting on a video game, where that's kind of my outlet to kind of release in my own kind of mental way. What's your
Mhm.
is it Disneyland? Is it just hanging out of friends? Is it what's your
So
thing?
it's a few things. So it's lately it's been me being by myself and
Mm.
walking or running or doing both. I've been on this thing where I've just been trying to find like um cute parks, you know what I mean? And that literally help me do what I need to do, which is my running. And I've been doing this like Nike app run, which pushes me more and more every day. Like I'm learning about like, obviously like the speed intervals, like just a bunch of things, so running longer and all that stuff. And then lately what I've been doing is like I will after I do my running, I'll give myself at least like 4 hours to myself to do that. And then I'll take off my socks and my shoes and I ground myself with the earth.
Okay.
And I will either read a book or I will journal. So I like dump all of the shit that I have in my head to kind of release that and, like have
I love
space
it.
for
Oh, that's
stuff.
awesome.
And I think that I found this new park that's actually close to my house in Cerritos, and I love it because it has a riverbed. I get to do my running and get my miles in, and it's a beautiful park. Everybody in that park is active.
Hmm.
Like last time I went, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, "Oh, nobody's gonna be there." Fuck
Hmm.
no, there was like a million people there already, and I was like, "God damn!" Like this place is happening. So I love it. I love the energy of seeing people active and all that stuff. So it just like helps me. It's like that type of energy that I'm like, fuck yeah, like I want to be in this community that's active because being active helps mentally, right? Like I just feel like it's just a great way for your blood to be running through. Like it's just great. I get to be by
It's
myself. I get to be
it's
within my
something
own
people
thoughts.
say that
Yeah,
physical activity, working out, it helps your mental health. So being
it really
physically
does.
fit and being physically active, it
Yeah.
helps so much for your mental health. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I see why people maybe
Need
take it
it.
to the extreme.
Yeah, and they
They're
need it.
like super into it because
And there's
that's
people
their
riding
happy spot.
bikes, there's people
That's
running, there's
their
people
Disney.
walking, there's people
Yeah.
playing tennis, there's people like working out like in the park gym. Like it's just such a beautiful park. So I've been doing that, obviously
That's
journal
awesome.
dumping. And then
Oh,
honestly,
really? So you've been writing?
I've been writing. Yes, definitely. I think the writing has helped me out a lot.
Good.
And then I've been reading this book called I Am Diosa. And this book is literally just kind of like going through, and it's almost like journaling and just coming back to yourself, aligning your mind, body, and soul. And so I've been doing a lot of that. I've been, I think, more present with myself. And the
Hmm.
only reason why I can see that right now is because my kids are older, our kids are
Hmm.
older, and they don't need so much of us. Frank is working most of the
Yes.
time. So for me, it's like this is my time. So I take my time very serious now. And I also like to run at the beach. I like to be by the water. Like I love where I'm at because like I'm so close to like 20 minutes from downtown LA, 15 minutes from Long Beach. I'm like, there's so many parks around my area. There's great restaurants, there's this and that. So like I also
That's
take
awesome.
advantage to date myself. You know what I mean? So there's times where I will go to the
I like that.
Cheesecake Factory and I'll eat by myself at the Cheesecake Factory. Or I'll go to my favorite sushi restaurant. I'll eat by myself at my favorite
Which,
sushi
I
restaurant.
mean, not to bag on you, but I find it weird when people eat alone. I'm like, what's wrong with
I
them?
love it.
I
I
can't do
love
it
it.
personally because I feel like maybe for guys, I think if you're a guy eating by himself, like I feel like the fuck's his problem, or is he creeping on somebody, or
See,
um,
okay,
I don't know.
that
It's
is
those things that
yes.
for again,
So
it's different your experience, and my experience. So there's the contrast between a woman, Miss Natty, and Jesse, the male. So it's like, yeah, we have different experiences.
yeah, and
Um,
I think it's what you do, what you think is best for you, right? And for me right now, it's me dating myself and me loving myself.
I like that phrase. Dating your,
Yeah. I feel like I've neglected myself for so long that
which
this is my chance.
FYI, I'll recommend this for guys or girls. If you're having that stressful day, go get a massage.
You
Massage
know,
just
Frank,
melts away the stress.
Frank always says that to me. So actually need to pay a visit to Glen Ivy because I think Glen Ivy is just like an amazing like place to do a little bit of everything.
So she used to drag me to her place, my wife.
Uh-huh.
When I say her, I got to do better at that. Um,
Her,
her, my wife,
ladies and gentlemen, here is her.
her. She used to drag me to her place,
Uh-huh.
and I hated it because they would just beat the shit out of me, like really elbows deep and all that shit. And then it wasn't until we went to like Mexico in Cancun, and we're already fucked up. So we're like, all right, we're fucked up. And like, all right, I booked this massages and a couples massage. Like, okay, cool, let's do it. And you had to be like fully nude. And I was like, all right, whatever. Like it's my wife and it's just me. And she just took her time, massage wise, and did what a Swedish massage was. And then the music, the ambiance, just I was just melting like butter. And I was like, oh, okay, so this is why, CEOs and people always say like, yeah, massage, because when you're under stress, like you put yourself in that like low light music, soft like a
And you
massage.
store certain stress in different parts of your body, right? So
Hmm.
it's kind of like you need to like release that. It's kind of like what do you do when you want to hide something, right? Like, oh, like whatever, you're hiding it in a certain shelf, in a cabinet, or whatever, right? That you don't want to come into light.
You're the first. I've never heard that. So
Okay, so people usually,
people
at
store their
least for
stress on
me,
their body,
you
huh?
store things, or the famous brushing things under the rug.
Yeah,
It's an issue, but you're
yeah,
putting it under a rug, right? But eventually it's gonna come out, right? So it's like, and you need to sweep it out or
yeah.
vacuum it, mop it, whatever the fuck you're gonna do with it,
You need
right?
to
But
process
it's
it.
like when you get a massage, that's why we get those stress balls like in your neck. Like it depends
Mm-hmm.
on where everybody stores it. So they're literally like releasing it because
Yeah.
it's all that tension that gets built up.
Well, I have like a bad back, so it just super helps. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I get my like sciatic, get my lower right back. I'm gonna just get in there. And then afterwards I'm like, cool, like, hey, what do we gotta do?
Yes.
I'm ready
But
to
see,
take on the
that's
world.
why that's a movement that's happening in your body, right? Like the
Hmm.
massaging and all that stuff. That's what like the running does to me. That's what
Hmm.
like that kind of like it's still like a movement that needs to be released. So for me
Hmm.
it's like whatever it is that I'm going through, like I feel like I'm in like meditation mode sometimes when I'm running because I'm not thinking about my shit, or if I am
Yeah.
thinking about it, it's like helping me think
Yeah.
through things differently. So
Yeah.
mhm.
No, I mean, same here. It's like I'm thinking, 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 but then it's like it pushes me to slow down because it's
Yeah.
like dark and almost trance-like and just
Mm,
massaging. It's like, all right, I'm just like,
yeah.
whoop. I'm like slowing down your thoughts.
Yeah.
Because yeah, everyone always constantly at least doers. Like I
Yes.
know for the lazy people, maybe not so much, but for the
Yeah.
doers, I mean, we're constantly like, I got to get this done. I
Yes.
want to get this done. I want to, how do I do this? How do I approach this? Who do I
Yeah.
get? What do I get? Who do I
Yes.
need? Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
And so
Exactly.
when this is our little window into our thoughts, and then we kind of need that little extra to kind of help us slow down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a nice cocktail, whether it's a massage, whether it's a run, we all find our little. And I'll take this from Hank Hill because he was from King of the Hill. I just started rewatching it. He's all, you got to find your lawn. I was like, you find your lawn? Like, what do you mean? And it's like, yeah, you just have to find your thing, your little thing that makes you calm. So
Mm-hmm.
within he was telling his niece Luann, she found it in just taking care of her pool and I got a pool, I got to take care of it. So it's like we all find our things to kind of take care of or kind of like focus our energy, try to calm us, try to just
Mm-hmm.
be. slow down.
Yes, exactly. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm at a point where I am
Love
just
it.
slowing down time and taking time to myself, and honestly, like the best way for me to figure out what my path is to focus on myself. And I think
Mhm.
that my answers will come that way. Because I
I
don't
love
know,
it.
maybe I'll start a company. I hate the way people
Yeah,
treat people sometimes, and I want to make a difference in that way because I
yeah,
do believe in mental health, and I believe that like the more you uplift people and you take the time to want to like, nurture and help people grow to the best of their ability, it means it coming from like a positive place versus like coming from like, oh no, this shit needs to get done this way. Da, da. Like, no, it's like it's all about deliverance. You know what I mean? How you deliver what it is that you're trying to come across. You know what I mean? So I do want to start my own business. So I think like
yeah.
I'm at a perfect place to be able to focus on the things that I need to do to start my own business. So
I
that's
think
kind
you're
of where
at that right place, right time, right age to, if you wanted to plunge your energy into anything, you can do it. So
yeah,
it's just a matter of like
believing
what
in
it
yourself.
is. Just start kind of like drafting kind of your business plan, what the idea is. Start with the idea and just frame it out. Once you frame it out, you could just start putting the little details into it, into
Mhm.
that frame.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm at a point right now where I've kind of like taken a step back where like
Mhm.
I've been in the fashion industry for like maybe like I want to say like 19, 20 years, and it's not the same and I'm not as passionate as I was, you know what I mean? And the business has changed a lot. It's very different. There's a lot of retailers that have gone out of business. Like, it's just different, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I still have the love for it and the fashion industry and what I've done with it. It's like nature to me, you know what I mean? It's so like seamlessly like, oh yeah, you got to do this, you gotta. So now it's like I'm tapping into something else. So it's almost like I'm starting back at the bottom and working my way up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to figure out what that means to me. So I'm just like reworking on myself. Like,
Got a great support system, friends, family, whatever you want to do, they'll back you up.
yes. And I do. And I'm super grateful for that because honestly, I think like, a lot of people don't know this about me, but as happy and like things that people say, I came to a point where I was like very suicidal. And I was like, there was times where I would be like, if I just remove myself from here, like everybody would be so much happier. Like I wouldn't
Mm,
have to put my
no,
husband in this position, my mom
no,
wouldn't be in this position, like, and like I would just be better. Like everybody would be better off without me. But then like
you've
I
all
realized that I hold a lot. I am the foundation to my family. I'm the foundation to my
the
kids.
the glue. Yeah, you're that foundation. You're exactly that. And we've all had those dark thoughts. We've all been in that dark place, and it's you can't even say somebody saves you. It's like you have to save yourself. You have to pull yourself out. You have to change your mindset. You have to put change in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to get out of that because it could get cancerous and it could get infest you with that. Your thoughts just kind of just you stay in that echo
Yeah.
chamber.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, no, I mean, going through that, I remember somebody saying like when that happens, when someone goes through that and actually commits suicide, it's like an explosion that you affect the people closest to you. So it's like, and those are the people you hurt more.
That right there. And that's what I thought about too. Like, because like I think that like I've had some scenarios that have been very tough that a lot of people don't know,
Mhm.
and like I'm in a place of like peace right now. Like everything is just very peaceful in my life, where it's almost
Good.
like I'm kind of like, is this really like something bad's about to happen? Like, because so many things would happen in our lives, like
Mm.
I feel like, wait, like this is too good to be true type of thing, where sometimes I don't like
I
get it.
totally get you because I've been there. So I'll let
Really?
you in. I'll let you in on a little secret where it was me and my wife. We went through it where we didn't let ourselves be happy because we were waiting for the other shoe to fall. It's like you're like, okay, this is too good to be true. This is like, okay, that we're happy, but okay, where's the down? Roller coasters, you
Mm-hmm.
go up and down. And so for the longest time when we were going through our pregnancy trip of like, okay, we're pregnant, at- but we didn't let ourselves kind of be happy. We're like, okay, we're not going to say anything because shit happens. But we were scared the whole time. We were like not letting ourselves be happy and really embrace and enjoy it.
Oh
So we
man.
were just very fearful because we heard all the stories of people that try and try and try and try and try
Um.
try again. So we're like, hey, we're already assuming
Mhm.
something's gonna happen.
Mhm.
So we're like, okay, let's not let ourselves be happy. It's like, yeah, okay, we're pregnant, but we were like, let's see how it goes. And
Yeah.
then even as the steps came on, he's here. Let's see how it goes. And we were
Oh.
still like, I don't know, we're still very, and even now, like you always worry. But now we're okay, now we're letting ourselves be happy. But those are the things that people don't talk about.
Yeah.
It's like things are happy, but you're always like people that are like us that just kind of like, okay, when's the other shoe falling? It's like
Well, it's
what's
that
that?
trauma, right? That you.
I don't know, maybe it's just the walls are up. The walls are up, we're realists, we're not, we understand how the world works, we
Mhm.
know it's not perfect world we live in. We know the reality of things. We know that, at any time it could be taken away from you. And you're always on guard.
And let
You're
me
always,
tell you, Jesse, that is probably never going to go away, because even having
this is the
a
world we live in.
21-year-old and a 6-year-old, I fucking worry about everything all the time.
So shout out to Lewis because he's the one that gave me that advice as a parent. Like, you're a parent the moment you start worrying, and it never goes away. He said, it never goes away. And I was, yeah, I get it.
It never
Never.
goes away. I worry every fucking single day of my life still, even having older kids. Like
But you have
that
good
never goes
kids.
away.
You
Huh?
have great kids. You have great kids.
Thank you. But
Um,
you know what? It's not about me like worrying about them. It's about the outside world and what can happen to them. And
this
that's
is
what
the
it
world we
is.
live in. Yeah.
This is the world. Because you know what? I could tell you, my kids are amazing kids. They're
Mhm.
beautiful kids. They're very human, like compassionate, very empathetic, loving kids. They love. I think my daughter loves animals and cats more than she loves humans. But like,
I think most girls do. Yeah.
but I love that she's very compassionate about just humans, you know what I mean? Even with like all of this, I don't remember being in high school and caring so much
Mhm.
about the world like the way that this administration has made
We
it
were
seem.
we were in our bubbles because we didn't have
Social
well, we
media.
didn't have time for the news. We didn't like, hey, the 5 o'clock news is on. Let's go
Hmm.
watch the news. No, we were out in the streets fucking running amok. We maybe heard some crazy shit, from somebody that said something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we didn't have the internet in our hand. We were
Mm-mm.
just out living life. And yeah.
Yeah, so like that, even like hearing my kids talk and how this is affecting them and how they want to speak up more and they want to do more. Like I love to hear that, because I'm like, that is what I, at least for myself, I don't know, I can't speak for Frank, but like that is what I want to really make a difference in my kids' life, and helping them and directing them and supporting them to the right path. You know what I mean? And honestly, like it makes me very happy with the way my kids talk and how they feel about certain issues and how they feel what's happening in the
Mhm.
world. And like it makes me very proud of them. You know what I mean? So not just that, but like the way they just like even like people very close to their community and who they are as a person now. And that's all I really want in life, because you know what? I feel like our kids chose to go through their journey through me and Frank, right? Me, because come on, women give them life. But to have Frank as my partner and help guide them to that. So for
Mhm.
me, my job, I know that they're not my kids. They were just lended to me to help raise them to be good humans, right? And I like definitely believe in karma a lot. So I feel like I want my kids to be good people so that they can have like we can have a good karmic cycle, you know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
that is what humanity is just being loving and compassionate and empathetic and like really trying to help your neighbor, trying to just like understand, and like maybe you don't always understand, but
Mhm.
like be in the same level to help somebody out. And like I see that in my kids now, and it makes me so proud of them, honestly. Like, me and Frank had a little moment yesterday, and we were like, dang, like our son, like, because JJ's our baby. And I'm like, damn, he started a he literally was calling, and he called this barber, and he was like, because JJ's 16 years old, and he's like, I want to
Mhm.
make more money. Like, how do I make more money? And he's seen that he's not getting that much business like here home based. So he was calling barbershops, and somebody directed him to this person, and he went out for it, and he got it. And he yesterday was his first day of work, and he had like 5 clients at this barbershop. And the poor thing was so tired. I picked him up like at 10 o'clock at night.
Aw.
He's so tired. And then this morning he has to wake up early. I dropped him off at work. I'm making sure everything's good. He's bringing his own stuff. But just even seeing how like we give JJ money, and he chooses to invest in his future with his money. So
That's
instead
good.
of him buying out favorite shoes, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's good. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so like it's like I remember my age. If I got money like that, I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go buy this cute stuff, buy this, buy that. And my son's
Mhm.
like, no, like I'm gonna invest in a barber chair. I'm
That's
gonna
good.
go like, and he bought himself like a. If you see the other side of the apartment, he has his little barber like chair. He has a desk there, and he has like an LED mirror. And and I'm like, JJ, like not my living room, but because our space is small, I mean, compared to where we used to live, like this is a
Yeah.
tiny space. But you got to make the best of it, right?
Mhm.
And he has this little spot that I didn't even really invest. Like we gave him birthday money, and he chose to invest in his future, and that makes
That's
me
so
proud.
good. Yeah, and I hope my JJ gets to that point in life where I do right. I guide him enough and I teach him enough where he's like, you know what? I want to invest in me
Mm-hmm.
because that's the best. If you could be that self-aware. And I will say one thing though, because you believe in karma. I unfortunately do not. Only
Yeah,
because of this. Just I've said this in the past. It's like good people, bad stuff happens.
of course.
Bad people, good stuff happens to them. Unfortunately, this is the world we live in.
Yeah.
But you would want to believe in a world where like good people make good kids,
Mm-hmm.
and and the reality of it, kind of like bad people make bad kids. But sometimes even good people have bad kids. It's just a
Yes.
crapshoot.
Yes.
It's that you just don't know. You would think, you invest all time, love, energy, but the world just finds a way to, it molds you into who you are because it's who you are, but it's also how you were raised. So it's a
Yes.
combination. People always say nature over nurture.
And I've seen
That's
it.
my 2 cents.
I've seen it where you can have the most amazing supportive parents and you will still be a fucking dick and an asshole. I've seen that too, right?
Exactly.
And for me
I'm a
karma
realist. That's why I'm cynical in that little way where it's like, it's like
yeah, but to
bad
me
stuff
karma
happens to
is
good people.
different. Yes, and yes, bad things also happen to good people, of course. There
Mhm.
I'm not going to argue with
And
that
good
because that
things
is a
happen to
reality.
bad people. That's
Exactly, you know.
you would
Yeah.
think it's a balance. Like, yeah, you do good in this world, good things will happen. You do bad in the world, bad things happen to you. Oh, that's karma.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not the reality. That's the wishful thinking of
Yes.
how you think things would work out. But that's me.
I
I'm the
think
cynical guy.
no, you know, and that's good to like, because you're right. You're right. Honestly, that is a fact. You know what I mean? So, for me, I just like to see it as like, you know, of course, bad things have happened to us. Bad things will probably continue, but you know, I like to also think that like the more energy and the positive energy that I put out, like it's
Yes.
gonna come back, right? Because
Yes.
it doesn't come back sometimes in the same way. It's kind
It
of like religion.
well, yeah. But I'm gonna give you this my experience because I this is why I'm always so nice and I'm always in a good happy. I mean, you got to
You
hit me
are
over.
very nice.
Okay, you got to hit me over the head with a piece of wood to really get me pissed off. So I do this because I don't let the world affect me. But if you are like genuine and if you are happy, then it affects other people and it infects people. Like it infects them in a way where it's like it's almost disarming. It disarms their bad, it's how you
Yes,
combat it. And so if you just stay, I mean, regardless if someone's being an asshole to you and they're
stay kind.
barking at you, yeah, you kill them with kindness.
Yes,
That's my weapon of choice. I'm gonna
me too.
just keep killing them with kindness.
Yes, me too. And that's what I mean. Look,
Mhm.
we are in a fucked up world that it doesn't fucking matter how good we are. Like if we're
Yes,
just in a place where we're gonna get fucking hit with something, it's gonna fucking
we are.
happen, right? But it's how like you handle it. You know what I mean? Like I've lost amazing people. I think one of my biggest heartaches for me till this
Mm.
day is losing Susan. Like
Oh,
my best,
yeah.
she
Shout out
was
to
my best
Susan.
friend. You know what I mean? How beautiful was Susan? Like
She
she's
was an
just a
amazing woman.
fucking beautiful human being, nothing
When
but love.
when did she pass, if you don't mind me asking? The
Fuck.
year.
It's been since like maybe I want to say like 10 or
Hold
more.
that hold that quick thought real quick just because I really have to use the restroom. And we're back. So yeah, we both had to take a little break just because, we had a few drinks. But yeah, I'm in a happy spot. I love this positive energy, this healing energy. Shout out to Susan, she was an awesome soul.
Awesome soul.
Yeah.
Very awesome. I honestly, anytime that I feel like I'm coming from like a very like they say like an emotional state, you know, like I feel like I always remember Susan, you know, because Susan was always really good about being empathetic and compassionate about like, I understand where you're coming from. Like,
Yeah.
but how about this? Like, she would always make things just like positive, you know. It's like,
Mhm.
hey, well, I understand that you don't like this girl, but like da da da, but like Natty, like just like, you know what I mean? Like, and
Well,
I
I always felt
freaking
you were the same way too. Like you were always like super positive and chill back in the high school years where it was like, let's try to keep the peace and, not get too riled up. That's how at least I remember it. So
I'm
you guys were
still
both
that way.
alike. Yeah, you guys were both. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I still feel that way. I think like for me it was just like Susan really was the light. You know what I mean? Like she was really like
mhm.
um positive. Like cuz I still have my dark moments and my positive moments and my happy moments. I'm on back and forth, you know what I mean? So like for me like I'm not always the happiest, you know? Like I can honestly like admit that, you know. And the people that know me know that I go through like depression modes. I go up and down, you know. I'm very emotional, I'm very sensitive.
That part, it just shows you care that much because
Yeah.
you are sensitive, you are compassionate,
Mhm.
you empathetic, you actually give a shit, as
Mhm.
opposed to there's a lot of people that don't. They're
Mhm.
just like, meh, it has nothing to do with me, whatever. But you could see something and be like, that like I feel that you're empathetic to that.
Mhm.
What's going on with our community, what's going on in the world. It's like, yeah, it's a lot to swallow. It's a lot to really process, but
Process.
yeah,
Yes. Yes. But at the end of the day, I feel like I think all of us, you know, that I can say from like our high school years, I feel like are doing great, you know, and I love that you and I still, and with Frank, we all have that still
yes.
that great relationship where we care.
We got to get another ensemble. I want to fill these chairs up. Let's do a backyard podcast.
Oh,
Let's
I know. I saw that you did
everybody.
one on the patio. Like, let's definitely do
I
that, you
know
know?
that, like, I had enough microphones to go around, enough chairs to go around. It's
Wait,
like
okay, so we need to do like
everybody.
a
Yeah.
high school reunion. Like you gotta get like Danny Boy, fucking Sal,
Yeah. I'll
Sal,
get Danny, Sal,
Jermaine,
Jermaine. I'll
Jermaine,
bring
and
my
then
guys, you bring your girlfriends, and
yeah, like
we'll
I'll bring like
who
Juliana. I'm calling out
or
Juliana. I'm calling out
yeah.
Carla. I'm calling
Yes.
out my friend
Well,
Jen.
that's who I because she was my neighbor. Shout out to Juliana. She was my neighbor when I was living in Paris, and I was
Mhm,
always telling her, like, hey, just do my podcast. Come do my podcast. I mean, she was literally like 2 minutes around from where I lived.
mhm.
So she was like, no, you should get Natty, you should get Carla. I'll see if I could get oh, I'm forgetting her name. I totally forgot her name. The
Yeah.
other girl, the Juanita blonde girl. Anyways, doesn't matter. But she was suggesting all these other people. But I honestly, everyone should join. Everyone should be a part of the conversation. I love how we could all kind of like remember something,
Yes.
then remember it in our own unique way. It's
Well,
like,
it's kind of like the conversation, the podcast that we did the last time when it was like me and Frank and
yes.
Danny Boy's like throwing out like his point of view. And then it's like, wait, bitch, just fucking join the podcast. And then it's like,
Yeah. Well, it
we
was
all
supposed
have
to
different
be,
point of views, right? Like it's
yeah.
literally everybody's POVs.
Everyone's POV and everyone, I mean, Danny was just supposed to be the spectator and it was just going to be you guys. And I was like, oh, just get on the microphone. Like, here, like,
Which and I love
talk.
and I love to see that because you know a lot of the things like I didn't see things a certain way. So like when you like share your point of view and it's like when Frank shares and then my point of view, you know what I mean, how I saw things, like it's totally different because we all have different
Hmm?
points of views and how we see things, right? So like I love to hear that.
That makes reality. That
Yeah,
makes it the reality of everyone's point of view of that's how it actually happened. So it's
true.
kind of like, okay, it's like you had your view, and then we have a 360 degree of perception, and boom, that's the reality that it actually happened this way.
Yep.
So I'd love to do it. We're gonna wrap this up, at least on the record. We'll probably chat
Yeah.
up or off the
Yeah.
record,
Yeah.
but we have been like almost 2 hours.
Oh shit.
Almost, I think.
Wow.
I'm gonna leave this to you. Just your last final words before we wrap this up. And I'm hoping after we do this, Frank hops on, Carla, Juliana, Danny, Jermaine, everyone, Sal. We all get together and we can all have a good time, just kind of just getting together.
Yes.
I'll barbecue, whatever, and we'll all get together.
Well, we'll
So
all bring food and we'll all pitch in and do a little potluck theme, you
I'm
know?
all for bringing people together.
Yes.
So go
I
ahead.
guess for me, my last message is thank you for even thinking of me to be on your podcast. Like honestly, I don't even know why you even care to hear me out, but I appreciate that.
I
And
just need more guests. That's my I don't get enough. But also you're you got a great, energy about you. So that's why we need more yous, we need more us, we need more positive.
yes, different point of views, right? Yes, different point of views. So I think that like for I guess our generation, which, from where we like came from to where we're at now, I just think that my only message is like, check in on yourself. Things are changing. Some of us are either have kids that are like grown and doing their own thing. Some of us are just starting our parenthood. I think that we just all need to be compassionate and empathetic and, really be there for each other. It's kind of like what you said earlier. It's like, if you need someone to talk to, I am here for you. Check in on your mental health. Mental health is very important. If you can seek a therapist, if not, there's a lot of tools out there. Make sure that you check in on yourself. Life is constantly changing. It's okay that you're not on the same journey as like your high school fellow mates or whatever,
Hmm?
or just anybody, like you're not in no competition. Be your truest self and be in your journey and be present for yourself, honestly. Because sometimes I get to the point where I'm like, oh my God, so and so is better and they're doing this and they're doing that. But you know what? Like, it's different. We don't know what that looks like behind closed doors, and they're always showing the best of that. But you know what? Like, be a fucking human, honestly. Be there for the people that need you. Sometimes I guarantee you that, like, being there for someone is much more fulfilling than not dealing with people's shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is taking that step back and listening to that person that needs something than thinking you have it all. You have to be a certain way. There's no keeping up with the Joneses anymore. It's honestly just, for me, my biggest perk is just being present with myself, and so if that is what you guys can take from this, go for it. Like, I feel like I'm moving a little backwards myself. Like, at this point, I would have thought that I would have had owned like at least three homes, and I don't, and I'm not there, but it's okay. I can still start my journey.
I'm gonna just chime in on that last remark of you taking a step back, and I will add to it by saying sometimes you need to take a step back to look at the full picture,
Yes.
and sometimes you need to slow down to look at the signs that are on the road. So you're doing
Because
awesomeness, so just keep it up.
it's really about that, honestly. It's about me aligning with what I need in this part of my journey. You know what I mean? In this part of my journey, I really want to be there for people and help people mentally, because I think I went through a rough patch myself with that really affected my family and affected myself and everything. So mostly myself, right? Because at this point it's about me being in tune with myself, right? So yeah, I mean, honestly, check in on yourselves. And that's it. Do what is meant for you.
I love it. That's awesome.
Wait,
You
how?
are awesome.
I
Yes.
still don't know how to do this.
And
Oh
friggin'
wait,
yeah,
wait. Oh, so it's wait.
two fingers each side. No, it's the index fingers and middle fingers and index fingers.
It's Is
That what they
this?
do. That's
How
how the
the
young
fuck
kids.
do I not know this? I have fucking
You have
like
young kids, so they'll tell you. Ask
a
them
lot of the
when
shit
you
that
see
they do,
them.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, well, that being said, we're gonna wrap this up because it's been a long podcast, and we hope to catch you guys on the next one. I love you guys. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Thank